And that's for the piggies in every US city thinking a seat in the back row is Porsche because of European history. They miss seeing the monocle though, so I be in the front row on days I am making dough. All alone, in the zone, on the phone, until the trailers go off the screen, along with all those production companies that never did a thing for me. With David Cope for the source material, Liam Neeson still channeling his comedy chops from the most recent Naked Gun, and Scream Queen Georgina Campbell being given top billing. There is no way that Johnny Campbell's Cold Storage could fail. Bar none, this is a 5-star film that aims for the title of cult classic and meets its mark. I really like this cast. Even Joe Keery portraying a cleanup man for a bedwench is tolerable, probably because the film is set in the U.S.'s best state, the heart of it all, Kansas. Anyone who's been to K-State would know that that would be the perfect spot to house a bio-WMD, which encapsulates the premise of the film to keep the virus contained, giving off shades of Robert Rodriguez's early work with the faculty, and an early 2000s right-man comedy that spawned an animated series, Evolution. Campbell's Cold Storage fills these big boots by focusing on fun and the things that made action films 20 years back worthy of a seat in a theater. The gross-out body humor is timed well enough to get both laughs and scare jumps out of audience members bogged down by whatever slop Blumhouse has yelled out lately. Mopar-starred cars, along with American-made muscle from one of their competitors. The Pontiac is sexy here, but I would have rather seen that Plymouth Duster that Neeson mentions earlier in the film makes notable and important appearances in the picture. And again, this film stars a Scream Queen whose charm is so irresistible, all of her shortcomings. Any to film bedwenching, being a single mother, claiming she's in her early 20s when she's obviously pushing 40, can be overlooked, if at worst begrudgingly, for the sake of great cinema. Even the CGI and AI animals are played up for good measure because they look so goofy. So Campbell and Cope wisely lean into this, instead of taking the patient zero concept too seriously and having it bite them in the ass as the film progresses. The picture isn't necessarily a comedy as advertised, but Neeson's patriotic quips and going back and forth with some Richard Breaker lookalike is comedy gold. The consistent barbs at hierarchical frustration from military careers to minimum wage employment provides a relatability factor to audience members who spent their money to see Cold Storage from employment either similar to this or directly on the nose. Cope knows his audience. That's consistent with his work. It was expected as soon as I saw his name in the opening credits. After the credits rolled, Cope can still do no wrong. Jay Campbell is now on my radar, and my anticipation is now built even more for Psycho Killer and whatever other thriller Georgina Campbell will star in as she continues her reign as one of this generation's finest Scream Queens, still without miraculously showing a lick of skin and playing interchangeably masculine roles. It's a good thing that Liam Neeson's funny bones are still intact, and that the remainder of the cast came ready to play. I haven't heard of Nahel Segal or Laura Tortilla before Cold Storage, but a budding cult classic is a great place to have a breakout role, if any. I know if I see anyone in this picture in another role after this, I will instantly place them as having been in Cold Storage. Fun is supposed to be memorable, and despite this picture's limited release and lack of promotion, that's exactly what Campbell and Cope have accomplished within Cold Storage's runtime. Good, memorable fun will follow everyone involved in this passion project's career as a hidden gem to be unearthed, not as a box office bomb that would be better off hidden in a bunker. Pop your popcorn. That's for the piggies in every US city thinking a seat in the back row is Porsche because of European history. They miss seeing the monocle though, so I be in the front row on days I am making dough. All alone, in the zone, on the phone, until the trailers go off the screen, along with all those production companies that never did a thing for me.